Well, for me, I have to have a church. I have to go to church and be a part of the services and take communion and worship. And St. Stephen's makes you feel close to God.
I go to church for basically to reaffirm my faith.
There's something I think that's very important about communal prayer. And when we all get together, like we do at a football game, and we cheer, it somehow lifts everybody's spirit. And I think that that is one aspect of church that, for those that are maybe about church, might want to consider.
It's just the time that I can focus on my relationship with God. I mean, it's just that simple.
I go to church because I feel I personally need Jesus. I mean, everybody should need Jesus, but it's just everybody sins at least. Everybody sins, no matter what, no matter if you're perfect, no matter who you are. You'll sin. So Sunday is just that one day where you can group everything together and just wish it all the way with Him, and He just forgives you for all of it.
I come to church because I get to know the Lord. I get to know what God has done and what He expects of us. And I come to church because my faith grows with every service I go to. I feel that I am with family here at the church. I feel that I grow, my spiritual insides grow with coming to church. And with all that, I get closer to God.
I was invited to St. Stephen's, and immediately I felt connected. I felt God was talking to me in this church.
St. Stephen's has just been wonderful for me. It has helped me in many, many ways and many, many times over the years. And I feel fulfilled. I feel I'm doing what the Lord wants me to do, and that I can do it through the work here at St. Stephen's.
St. Stephen's is a authentic church with none of the baggage or negativity that you find in other churches. Not a negative word is spoken at this church, and I really feel blessed to be a part of that, of all the positivity and the fact that this church gives so much back. I'm very proud of that.
Do you know what you are missing? That this may be the thing in your life that will give you that thing that is missing. I think we all have times in our lives when something is missing and maybe we don't know what it is. And they should come to St. Stephen's, because I think they will find all kinds of pieces to the puzzle. I think they'll find a way to worship. They'll find a way to spread Christianity, to help young people to be good citizens, good Christians, good people. And this is so needed today.
St. Stephen's has the best family atmosphere. It's like a huge family reunion every weekend. Everybody's full of smiles. Everyone has, prayer concerns or prayer, uplifting prayer for each other. We all have a sense of community and connection in faith, and we want to spread that. We want to share that. We want to show that in our community.
Appreciate the love in this church and the people that are willing to help.
But it's time that I can really dwell on who I am and my relationship with God.
I think the number one reason I go to church is for, besides the obvious of the spiritual side of it, is I want to be a good spiritual leader for my family. And I find that St. Stephen's is a great place for that. It's a family-oriented church. I feel that it's a very tight-knit community, and I feel a part of that community, and I just feel very welcome here. So that's why I come here.
I think just knowing that we are a family and that we're welcoming, I think that's very important.
My primary interest is that it be God-centered and that we have a place where we can come and worship corporately. And if it doesn't fill that, if it's so full of social stuff that there's no room for God, then there's no room for me.
To just come here and see the friendliness and the love that's in this church. And also, you will enjoy the sermons. They're very, very good. And you will especially enjoy a baptism.
I would say the number one reason to come to St. Stephen's is the people. The people here are just top-notch, authentic people, very welcoming, and once you get to know everybody, they become like an extended family. And I feel like that's definitely the case for me. I come to church and I get a lot of spiritual reward back, and that is fantastic. I think it's great here at this church.
I love coming to St. Stephen's because my heart always feels fulfilled with the Lord's words.
It's just a good place to come.
It's just home.
You know, there's just so many different things you can get involved in here. And if you don't want to get involved, it's still a great service to attend. And a service where you can reaffirm your faith and enjoy the people that are there.
The spiritual side of the church is fantastic. You know, I feel great after I leave the church on a Sunday. Spiritual upliftment. You know, the music is fantastic. We have a traditional service and a contemporary service, so there's something for everybody.
You are an individual here at St. Stephen's. You are not a member of the mass group. At St. Stephen's, you can be who you are without any contradictions.
There's laughter, there's tears, there's happiness, there's just all kinds of emotions that flow through when we have a service, and you leave the service feeling fulfilled with Jesus in your heart. It's just a wonderful feeling.
I get a better relationship with Jesus.
And we're happy. We laugh a lot.
I find that the fellowship at this church is really strong. This church gives a lot back in many different ways. We're a giving church. I feel that there's a lot that I can give back, and this church is really helping me to do that.
And you are accepted here. And that's kind of unique. It really is.
St. Stephen's is such a happy place, and it's so full of God's lessons, and it's so full of youth.
Make sure you include the amount of community involvement and the dedication to continuing to spread the love of Jesus Christ, because we are always trying to outreach to the community and bring people in so that they see the love and they see the commitment and they see the real life people who love Jesus and want to share that with other people.
St. Stephen's is a place to grow through faith. That St. Stephen's is a place where we are family and we all stick together. St. Stephen's is a place for the young, for the youth. It is an all-around place to grow in Christ.
Why St. Stephen's? Because we're supposed to be here, called to be here. But more personally than that, because you guys have loved me, and you love my family, and you've brought us through highs and lows, and you've brought us through loss and death, and you've cared for my family, and you have loved them and me, and that's why St. Stephen's and nowhere else. Thank you so much. I love you guys.